What's up? We got Supergirl Season 3, Episode 2, Triggers. So this episode starts off with with a bunch of main characters with Alex, Kara, Sam, and Lena getting all ready for their day. So then we see Lena approach the Catco building, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Eve," and she's like, "Hey, Eve, did you just take the other flight of stairs?" And or the other elevator? And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Why don't you just take the main elevator?" And she's like, "Only the boss can do that." Well, she's like, "That's a dumb rule." Yeah, Leah, that is a dumb rule. Integrated by the one and only Cat Grant. So she's like, "You can use it." So she's like, "Yay!" So that when we meet James. So James introduced himself to Lena, and Lena's like, and James is pretty much annoyed when he learns that Lena will be there every single day. She will never go home. She'll be there every single day, which annoys James for some reason. So so at Ruby's school, we see Sam and Ruby talking, because they're main characters now. Where we see Sam and Ruby, and Sam's like, and Ruby's like, "How did you save her at that waterfront?" And she's like, "It was just adrenaline that moms get. She had the power of 100 moms." Well, we know that she has superpowers. So yeah. So he's like, so she's like, "Hey, you know," she's like, "Hey, Ruby." So Ruby decides to tell her entire school that her mom has superpowers, and one mean girl, or not mean girl, that we see off screen, tells Ruby off screen. I'm just mentioning this because now, so she basically tells her off screen that when she tells her mom that they have superpowers, she's a liar. So what does Ruby do? Punches this girl in the face, because basically punching people in the face on this show, which would basically happen in the Arrow episode that's going to be coming, is going to punching people in the face or getting bullied. So basically Sam hears about this, and Sam basically confronts Ruby, saying, she basically said there is no father, there's just them. So how was Ruby created? Because basically, I'm not gonna explain, but obviously there had to be a father involved, but I'm so confused on the whole how Ruby been made thing. But anyway, totally. So they decide to. So she says, "Hey," she says she was a liar for having superpowers. And she's like, she doesn't have superpowers. So she's like, she's just a mom trying to take care of her kid. And she's like, "Then you don't believe me either." In the lead. So meanwhile, Kara is at work when this metahumans steal Kara, gets an alert. So she basically just leaves. So she leaves. And Maggie and Alex are fighting over the most ridiculous things fiancés can fight over. What to be better, band or DJ? That's what you're fighting over. Yeah, I don't understand it. I'll probably understand when I get married. But for now, I'm just an 18-year-old kid watching this, turning 19 in 6 months, watching this show where two fiancés are fighting over what is better to plan their wedding, a band or a DJ. And for now, I'm gonna be like, who cares? Pick band or DJ. Maybe in the future, I'll be like, oh, I'll have this exact same problem. But right now, in 2022, I'm like, who cares? Pick band or DJ. Which one? It's just like, yeah. So Wynn picked Alex's son. Wayne picks Maggie's side and Jean picks Maggie's side. Yeah, it's never resolved. Like we never see which one Kara chooses. But yeah, so Kara basically confronts a metahuman who basically. So yeah, so she basically used her powers on Kara, which basically we see Erica Durance again as Kara's mom, using basically recycling the same voice, the same message that Laura Berlanti used. I'm gonna call her Berlanti. Berlanti used. Let me see Kara's ship see the explosion of Krypton. So yeah, just recycling things. So yes, and Kara's like, yeah, she's fine, nothing happened, but she basically tells Wynn to keep it a secret about what really happened to her. So basically, Lena is now mad at Kara now because Kara is basically not doing her job, because Kara basically just leaves and doesn't really do her job. She's like, Kara, I didn't get this job as being for. I didn't hire you back as my best friend. I hired you back as because she's a businesswoman, and she's like, yeah, Lena, I'm sorry for how I treated you. So, So, yeah. So then we see the villain, and her name is Sai. That's her name, Sai. Because, yeah. So Sai's power is that she basically gives people their fears. Basically, her power is that she gives people fears. Okay. Yeah, so Kara basically gets. Yeah. So then Kara's able to defeat Sai, and she's like. But Kara's able to defeat Sai after Alex is like, Kara, Manel's not dead. Because obviously he's not. But how are they supposed to know? She's like, Manel's not dead, Kara. I don't know, but I know that he's out there. So she's like, hey, I'm sorry for how I treated you. Thanks for helping me. The whole Manel thing has kind of been a little, weird and so then we see Jean, and he's in the bar. That's when Magan holographically shows up and says, hey Jean, I need you to come back to Mars. So, okay. I guess next episode will be Jean and Kara going back. Jean going back to Mars to save Magan. And don't know when she showed up in her green Martian form. She transmitted her green Martian form to Jean instead of her actual human self. I guess, yeah. So, yeah. That's weird. That's a little weird. But yeah, this episode was okay. It's not one of the best episodes. This episode is okay. Like Ruby and Ruby's able to. The Ruby stuff ends with Ruby running away, and Sam tries to find her, but then she saves her, and Kara saves her, and then at the end of the episode, Sam tries to prove she has superpowers, but she doesn't bend the bar, so she's like, I guess she doesn't have superpowers after all. But yeah, she has superpowers, but do her superpowers only? There's the thing that I'm probably gonna say. Do her superpowers only activate when her daughter's in trouble? Because in the last episode, her powers first activated when Ruby was under the rubble. So since she couldn't bend the steel, does that mean since Ruby wasn't in danger, her powers didn't manifest? I'm kind of confused about that one. But yeah, this episode was still pretty good. It's not one of the best episodes so far, but it's pretty good. But anyway, that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time for some more Supergirl.